Well, hello. How are you today? And tell me, do you like parrots? And do you like pirates? Because look what I have today. It's a book called Polly Parrot Picks a Pirate. Polly Parrot Picks a Pirate. Now that's not easy to say. This book is written by Peter Bentley and Penny Dann, and it's a lovely storybook. So I'm going to read it. Are we ready? Polly the parrot was sick of her tree. Same old branches and leaves, same old nothing to see. Same cheeky chimps with their same cheeky tricks. I'm fed up with living out here in the sticks. She squawked, "It's a life on the ocean for me. I'll find a pet parrot and sail off to sea. I'll find one who's clever and dashing and brave, who's handsome and clean and who won't misbehave." So off fluttered Polly that very same day to the inn by the harbour of Buccaneer Bay. There sat the pirates with all of their crews. Now, wondered Polly, which one shall I choose? Bartholomew Blood appeared smart at first sight, but sadly for Polly, he wasn't too bright. "I can't find my treasure," he said with a frown. "You noodle," squawked Polly, "your map's upside down." "Oh dear," Polly sighed, "but I won't give up yet. I'm sure I can find a much cleverer pet." Phineas Mudd seemed a fine, fearless sort, but was really the clumsiest pirate in port. He swung from the rigging with daring and dash, then slipped on a barrel, and crash and splash. "Oh dear," Polly sighed, "but I won't give up yet. I'm sure I can find a less bumbling pet." Crazy Kit Cutlass looked fearsome and brave, till he ran with a screech from the smuggler's cave. As Crazy Kit trembled in terror beside her, Polly peeped in and discovered a spider. "Oh dear," Polly sighed, "but I won't give up yet. I'm sure I can find a less cowardly pet." She searched the whole harbour, she flew all around, but the perfect pet pirate just couldn't be found. Gentleman Ned was too fond of his clothes. Two-Toothed Trelawney kept picking his nose. Eee. Mad Dog Domingo wore stockings that stank, and Jack Salamander kept walking the plank. Sighed Polly, "I can't find the pirate for me, so it looks like I'll have to go back to my tree." She was just heading home when she heard a man say, "There's a big pirate battle in Buccaneer Bay. Redbeard is fighting with old Peg-Leg Pete. They're the very best pirates in all of the fleet." At last, Polly thought, as she turned for the sea, "They sound like the perfect pet pirates for me." Smash went the pirates, and wallop and crunch. They fought all day long, with a short break for lunch. "Surrender!" cried Peg-Leg, but Redbeard roared, "Never! Surrender yourself! I'm the best pirate ever." Redbeard and Peg-Leg were in a right strop. They battled and bashed, till Polly squawked, "Stop! The way this is going, there won't be a winner, except for the sharks who'll have tiger and pirates for dinner. Why don't you stop fighting and simply agree that you're both the best pirates who sail on the sea?" Then Polly looked closely and saw a strange thing. That massive red beard, was it tied on with string? She tugged at the beard and it fell in the sea. "Great galleons!" gasped Peg-Leg. "Old Redbeard's a she!" "Do you know," chuckled Redbeard, "this parrot is right. There's really no need to continue our fight. Why don't we join forces?" said Peg-Leg. pleasure. Double the pirates means double the treasure. Pegleg and Redbeard were married that night. They danced around the mast and forgot their old fight. "Hooray!" Polly cried. "What a fabulous do! I wanted one parrot, and now I've got two. They're clever and dashing and fearless and brave, but I might have to check that they don't misbehave." So with her new pets, Polly sailed off to sea, and she thought, "It's a life on the ocean for me." As she turned to her tree for one last farewell glimpse, she laughed. "Now I'm finally free of those chimps." Oh. And that's the end. Great story. Pirates and parrots and adventures. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I see you here really soon for Granny Next Story Time. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.